Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kiper, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Daron Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime.
From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat. High school pride, we're repping every street. Sean, Wes, Adam, Daron on the beat. Downtown Mount Sterling, where the fans all meet. From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat.
All right, welcome in everybody. Back to another episode of From Corner to Corner podcast, presented by Community Trust Bank, episode 367.
6'7"?
6'7"? One of these days that'll go away.
It'll go away.
Did you hear Brandon, the on-field announcer the other night on the football game, was back there going 6'7", right on our broadcast?
You can hear everything on our broadcast.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So
you can even hear the East Jessamine coaches
shoo,
on our podcast.
Man, those guys were fired up, especially when they had the fumble that wasn't a fumble that wound up staying.
They were not happy.
Yeah, I mean, I was standing right beside them, and I swear that dude jumped 4 feet up in the air because he thought that, let's go! And then we're like, well, Montgomery still has the ball. So, unfortunately. Anywho, let's talk about the Runky week that was.
Okay, let's do it.
How about that?
We've got a couple less sports, but then a couple of more sports.
Yeah,
we're about the same.
Look, the best part about adding things to this segment is when people send us photos, send us Facebook page things, because we like all of the pages that we are aware of.
Right.
But that doesn't mean there's a lot of sports that's out there. So soccer's gone. Mm-hmm. As far as our core four.
They're over with. Our core four is over with, but there's somebody in particular that might be very interested in the Final Four. That would be
somebody's alma mater in the Final Four?
Somebody's alma mater is in the Final Four on the boys' side.
They took down Bishop Brossart, didn't they?
They did take down Bishop Brossart, and then they beat Ashland 6-0, 5-0.
Okay.
Roll it.
Now, they do have to play St. X in the Final Four.
Ugh.
That'll be a tough contest.
As long as we don't have to kick field goals in overtime, I think we're good.
Although you did beat Henry Clay in the regional finals, which was the number one team in the state, so who knows at this point? It might be destiny for Bryan Station.
Could be.
Because last time Bryan Station played St. X in the state championship was football.
Right.
And we lost by a sudden death field goal.
Ugh.
So,
Heartbreaker on that.
yeah.
Well, speaking of football,
Yeah.
week 10 is upon us. The season is about done. This is the last week of regular season that we're going into.
Right.
Bath County, what a game that was with Fleming County.
Okay.
It was a surprise score at halftime. It was like 14-13.
Yep.
And it wound up being 56-37 or something like that. No defense in the second half. It was defense optional in the second half.
Yeah, and I mean, Bath County got down pretty big in the third quarter from what I could tell. And then all of a sudden you were like, well, Fleming County just hung on there. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So Fleming wound up pulling that out, but, Bath County definitely showed some heart. Montgomery County hosted East Jessamine here. Mm-hmm. It was their last district game.
Right.
Wound up winning that game 31-7.
Right.
And earned a home playoff game where they will play South Laurel. So last year they played North Laurel here. This year South Laurel. Yep. And that happened because North Laurel beat South Laurel Friday night. So there you go.
Correct.
So, but we'll have Greenup County coming up this week. We'll talk about that more later. Mm-hmm. So, and then GRC's ended the season with 3 straight district games, and unfortunately 3 straight losses.
Well, I mean,
but we talked about this earlier.
When
they are in an
district
unfair
like
district.
Yeah. When you play Frederick Douglass, Madison Central, and not Scott
Bryan
and Bryan
Station.
Station.
Bryan Station. Yeah.
That's a pretty tough district.
Yeah, definitely is there on that part.
And
then-
your eventual state champion, Bryan Station. Call him a shot.
Maybe.
Oh wow, well, there you go. Volleyball week 10, regular season come and gone. Into the districts, GRC won their district. Will host the regional tournament, and then Moco was the district runner-up. Bath and Menifee, unfortunately, both lost in their first round of the districts. So their seasons have come to an end, but regions will pick up this
They
week.
start today. They
yeah.
start tonight.
Yeah. So I think Montgomery.
GRC plays tonight. Montgomery County plays tomorrow night.
I know Montgomery plays Bracken.
Right.
They played Bracken.
I can't remember who GRC plays.
Which is
Mason County.
the very first game of the season was against Bracken County at the Rec Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And that was a very good game.
Yeah, that was close. That was a.
They can go back and look at that tape.
They can.
That's right.
And listen to me and him murder the call on our first time of volleyball.
Hey, we got good at volleyball.
We did get good at volleyball towards the end of the season. You know, I think Montgomery County can beat Bracken County. They beat them a set that time, if I remember correctly, and they gave away. I know they gave away a set. So first game of the season, regionals. Maybe Moco can bounce back and beat Bracken there. So
They gave away the first one,
be a fun game.
and then they got it back the second one.
Yeah.
And then it was all Bracken.
Yeah. All right, so on to new ones.
New ones.
I'm going to call it, I've titled this track and field, but it's technically cross country.
Cross country.
Because track and field will be in the spring.
Right.
So, Moco boys and girls both finished 10th in the region. But Eli, I never could get his last name. I tried every way in the world to get his last name today. I have no idea what it is. But Eli, congratulations. He qualified for state. I think we got a photo of him there.
I forgot we got two.
Do y'all know who
Oh.
Eli is? Johnson.
Eli Johnson.
See? Just use the guests.
Yeah. Why would these Moco people over here know who Eli is, right? So, but we had some team photos there as well. Sorry, forgot about that. Didn't make a very good note on that.
Girls. Boys.
As if they
Yeah.
didn't
Move
already
out
know
the way,
that.
Sean.
Yeah. I disappeared there. So, but anyways, Eli qualified for state. So congratulations to him.
Good.
Then from Menifee County, boys and girls, we had 3 different ones qualify for state. Ella Doyle, Braden Lawson, and Carson Holler.
There's Braden and Carson.
I'm
And
standing over the top of
here is Ella.
Ella.
Yeah.
All right.
He's going to use both things. Just scoot on over.
Yeah.
We'll stand in the
go.
middle.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That works. Acting like we haven't done this before. Bath County, boys and girls, they were region runner-up.
Yep. The girls were.
The girls were. Boys finished 4th. And then for the girls, Trinity Blankenship finished 7th. And then for the boys, Chase Martin finished 4th. So congratulations to both of them. I did not have individual photos on them. So
Yeah, they got team photos there.
they're in there.
We got
yeah.
got them with the hardware.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then bowling season has started.
That's right.
So our friend Leonard Littleton coaching really elevated the Montgomery County bowling.
They're perennial now.
Yeah. I mean, they're legit. They're state contenders every year now.
They have a little mini.
And it's just like
Yeah, you got it on
they
here.
just keep replacing these bowlers that
Yeah.
average 200 and something. Like, I can't remember the kid that was there for the last couple of years, but I mean, he went on. He's bowling in college now, and they just keep producing them. So they hosted a mini tournament here. They had Johnson Central and Pikeville both coming in.
Yep.
The boys finished in first place.
Yep.
The girls finished second place. And then they've already had their first 2 people join the 200 club this year. They had Jake Sturgill.
There he is.
That bowled a whopping 269. And then Mason Hatfield, who I believe is I think he's a senior this year, bowled a 207.
Can you bowl 269?
My high is a 278.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You were like a strike away from a strike or 2 away from perfect.
Yeah, almost there. Almost there, yeah. So,
Taught him everything he knows. Literally.
He's not lying.
Did you witness the 278?
He
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Okay, so there is a witness.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking. I taught him everything.
Yeah, no, he's not kidding. I mean, he really is. I couldn't do anything when we first started bowling. I remember him saying,
Just throwing it out there.
"What are you doing?" I'm like, I don't know.
The
Six
most-
holes in the ball for. What do you do?
Imagine the most awkward bowler you've ever seen, and then make it 10 times worse, and that's what Sean looked like.
Wow. Maybe you should become a bowling coach.
I developed. So,
It only took me 9 years to do it.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
congratulations to everyone.
Yeah. Great part of that. Like I said, this will be the last week of regular season for football. Volleyball is going to be over with unless one of our teams goes on to state. And then I'm not sure. I mean, that was regions for cross country. So state's going to be Saturday. So we'll have the results for that come next week.
Yep.
And then we'll keep an eye out on the bowling as well. So,
Hey, Sean,
yes, sir.
what we got going on right now?
Our drive for 5. Did we hit it?
No. We have plateaued at 49.77.
49.77. So only 23 away.
We were at 49.75 for 3 or 4 days. Then we picked up 2.
So we're like just dragging to 5,000.
So
We'll get there.
here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
We can't do this without our followers and our sponsors. So I'm going to leave that number up there throughout the show,
Okay.
and I'll watch and update it. If we hit 5,000 before we go off air, whoever invited that person will get a From Corner to Corner hoodie.
You can. Oh, he's going big time.
There you go.
He went hoodie.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
he was
our
doing a
original
t-shirt.
was a swag bag with a T-shirt and a bracelet and a bag, but they didn't want that. So
Well,
They put food on that.
It's hoodie weather now.
it's
so-
hoodie weather now. That was for football.
If you're not following us, go like the page. Go share it out. It's real simple. Hit the 3 little dots. Invite all your friends. I mean, 23. We're going to be here for another hour. Come on. That's several in a few minutes.
That means
Man,
go forward to table
that is
two.
excellent math.
All right.
That's going to be a couple minutes.
Couple minutes. We get that knocked
That's
out.
off the top of his head. He's like, yeah.
All right. So let's talk about tonight. And
He
then we'll
tried.
Move on.
He tried.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny there. Joining us tonight, we're going to have Montgomery County ladies basketball coach Jordan Perry, along with assistant coach Katie Jo Buckman, senior Addison Terry, and junior Elaine Purvis. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, say thanks to some of our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled, his part of the big lunch meeting, and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
At Rumpke Waste and Recycling, family is at the heart of all we do. Our name is on every truck, every container, every facility. And we take pride in what our family name represents. Friendly, reliable service. Families trust us. Businesses trust us. Communities trust us. And you can too. Learn more about our family business and the important work we do at Rumpke.com. Rumpke, waste and recycling done right.
All right, we are back here with Coach Perry and staff and players, and we have a familiar face back with us that didn't play with us last year, but has been on the team before, right? So,
Yes,
Coach,
sir.
you want to tell us a little bit about Elaine there?
Yeah, Elaine is really excited to be here and to talk in front of people and into the microphone.
It's going straight to the lies because she
jokes
come in
aside.
stomping. I'm mad. Why have I got to be here? No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're really excited to have Elaine back. People that followed our basketball team here got to see her play some when she was young, and really good player. Katie Jo and I got to coach her for a handful of years, and we spent a lot of time together throughout middle school, and just really fond of her as a person. And I've told everyone that, and I'm sure they think I'm lying. Obviously we're excited to get her back as a basketball player, but more than that, we're really just excited to get her back as a person and spend time with her. Because we went a few years where, Elaine played basketball for us in middle school basketball, and then she would come up to the high school where Katie Jo and I were on staff, and then the summer would come and Elaine played AAU for me for a few summers. So, we spent a year
her
together.
skills is what
Correct,
you're
yeah.
saying.
We spent a lot of time together. So then, when she stepped away for a little while, you just miss her when you build relationships. So we're just glad that she's back.
So, I was going to say, so as a coach, you're like, all right, I lost a few seniors last year. Now I got somebody to help fill in that role.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be big for our team. It's already started. You can see it. She fits right in. I've been impressed with how quickly she's been able to look like she didn't take time off. And, that it'll take some games. Obviously, games are different than practice.
Right.
But as long as she gives herself grace, which she struggles with, but, that's why we're here and her teammates will be there to pick her up. She looks great, and she really looked great as soon as she came back, and it's just a matter of now getting reps and getting comfortable again.
So, did you play summer ball?
No.
Or you're literally just now coming back?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you took some time off.
Yeah.
How excited are you to be back?
I'm excited.
Yeah? I can see it all over your face. It's written, just like. So, what position do you play?
I'm a guard.
Okay. So, I have not been able to watch you play yet. So, the 2 years, well, has it been 2 years? How long?
Yeah, 2 years.
That's what I thought. 'Cause I was going to say, we did some games 2 years ago. Last year, we did all the games. So, getting experience and being back on the, having another player back on the floor, obviously, is it's going to be a key to you.
You played point last time I saw you play. So are you stepping back into that role? Is it kind of a combo with I know Reagan ran some point last year, and is it just kind of a combo for you? Or you just kind of molding in, just being like, whatever I need to do?
Yeah, just whatever I need to do.
Gotcha.
I can speak on that.
Okay.
She doesn't even know what she's doing yet. No, she's, having her ability to handle the basketball back is big for us because you guys know you got to call all of our games. We struggled with turnovers at times last year. So anytime you can add another ball handler into the mix, it's going to be big for our team. I always felt like Elaine was best off the ball, and I felt like we had to play her early on at point because it was just out of necessity. I thought that her ability to get downhill and slash and score some was probably best suited to be off of the ball. So at the moment, I think in a perfect world, we're thinking that we can play her off the ball where we think that she's a bit of a more natural fit. And we're going to play Reagan at the point some. But you're going to see there will be situations and scenarios where they mix it up because Reagan, both of them have the ability to score. So really it's just added flexibility for us to be able to say, hey, Reagan's going to, we call it the rabbit. So Reagan's going to be at the rabbit for this period, and then Elaine can play some rabbit when we need her to. Addie can jump out and play some rabbit if we need her to. So, really it just gives us options as a staff.
It's like good old times, man. We
I
haven't
was
heard
gonna-
sirens in a long time.
We have not been interrupted in a while. And when we were down underneath community trust,
Every
show.
Every
So I
show
was
we
just
had-
waiting for it to go on
Yeah, I
by.
was too. It's like, okay. Well, speaking of Reagan, I saw her at Field of Faith last weekend or weekend before, whenever it was. She's gotten a little taller over the summer, it looked like.
Yeah, Reagan has grown. She's a little bit taller than she was. She's also much stronger than she was last year. I got to go on and talk with Ivan on Saturday morning, and that's one thing we talked about. We've spent a ton of time in the weight room on strength acquisition, and Coach Brown's been leading us through that, and they've worked really hard, and they've all gotten stronger. If I had to pick one player that I thought has probably gotten the most out of it, it would be Reagan. And Reagan had a lot.
See that she was tiny last year.
Yeah, she didn't get to lift with us last year because we lifted during 6 periods. So some of these other girls got a half a year in the weight room, whereas Reagan didn't really get that. So this has been brand new for her since school let out last year. And I mean, her and Parker Ann Rout both are much stronger than they were this time last year.
So I know you have just a regiment that you probably put together for weights and whatnot, but how is it being having Coach Brown around? Is there a different aspect, Addie, to him being around, being like a true kind of strength and conditioning coach?
Yeah, sometimes Perry would just take me in there and he would just do tops of challenges or something like that. Like he'd made us throw this 12-pound ball over the what's that called?
I made it up.
Over the rack because he didn't want us to get hurt if we done a back squat or a front squat. Gotcha. And Coach Brown taught us how to do a front squat, and that's more in your quads and your knees, and more in your abs. So it's making us stronger with our core and stuff, which also helps with to prevent ACL tears and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Did that help you with your golf? Because we talked about earlier, you had a really good year in golf and was shooting some of your better scores.
His he would do certain workouts that would help get my hips around and stuff, which that's where all your power comes from in your golf swing is your hips. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He's really good. We're blessed to have Coach Brown, his background, strength and conditioning, and Coach Brown came on staff as soon as I got the job. So Addie, I got to take them in the weight room some, and I didn't know what I was doing. I did what I would do in the weight room, which is not intentional, and he's much smarter than I am. Elaine got to live through, when I was on staff with Coach High. Yeah. We started the last summer. I would take him in the weight room, and we would do some stuff. And I mean, it's just night and day from what I was doing to what Coach Brown does. He's hitting quickness and explosiveness, and like Addie said, I don't know it well enough to have them do power cleans. I couldn't teach those explosive lifts. I didn't want to hurt them. I don't have a background in that. So Coach Brown, having him to come in and just teach the fundamentals of lifting and to build a foundation for him has been big. They're guarding them. I don't play with them as much as I used to because we've got some other young staff, but I get to watch Coach Brown and Coach Kaiser get out and guard them. I still can. It's not fair.
Show, and so
it's not fair if I guard them because they can't score on me. But those guys, watching them try to guard these girls last year, these girls really struggled. This year, at times, Coach Brown and Coach Kaiser have struggled. Trying to keep them in front of them or trying to keep them away out of the paint. So I think you've seen a lot of their strength come into play already. I'm really excited to see it against other teams.
Speaking of your middle school, staff, we had them on last week, and they were super excited with their first year under their belt, and really excited about this upcoming season. And talked to there was several 8th graders that may get to see some time this year. So I mean that's and it was really cool to see how structured you're building this from seniors down to 5th graders, and these kids. I mean they talked about in what was the Blitz thing,
Mokomania.
The Mokomania thing that he talked about. Some of those girls were like, "Hey, we recognize these plays and stuff like that." So, is that something that you wanted to put in place when you first took over? Is to try to keep that consistency top to bottom?
I think anytime you can have continuity between your middle school program and your high school program, it's a good thing. So to be able to get those guys to coach, last year was their first year they've ever coached. So they got to spend a year on staff at the high school with Katie Jo and I. Katie Jo and I have coached together for half a decade now. The growth that those two got to experience from last year to this year is going to be something that really helps our program. Just they're being more comfortable, being a little bit, not afraid to step outside of their comfort zone. You know, last year they were brand new. Those guys, I mean, they were quiet throughout in games. They weren't going to say a whole lot. They've learned so much being able to spend a year on staff, and then I think this year getting to coach at the middle school. And I tried my best. I kind of pulled off. I helped them the first couple of weeks. I was there at practice, and then I started to pull off because I wanted them to have some autonomy and be able to, hey, not turn and look to me every time they weren't sure of something. They needed to figure some of that stuff out on their own. And they're both really smart guys. They both really care about kids. They both work hard. So we're blessed to have that continuity between our middle school and our high school.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
It seemed like it. So, Katie, Joe, this is the first time you've been on the show.
It is.
And so, like you said, you all have been coaching together for, 6-7 years now. What do you...
6 7.
I mean, you stepped right into it.
I couldn't help.
You stepped right into it.
I did. So, what do you see different than where you were coaching at the middle school level, being now at the high school level? What's the biggest difference you've seen there?
So I've actually been coaching for like almost 11 years now. So ever since I started teaching, and where I've worked with these girls, my first year in middle school was when she was in 7th grade, and it's really cool to see the young women they develop into on and off the court. And he is just phenomenal. He gets to brag on everybody, but I don't know that everybody gets brags on him, because he goes above and beyond for these girls. He's always calling me at 9 or 10 o'clock with different ideas. He is just constantly thinking about them, what's best for them, and it's just really cool to work alongside him and see what he can do for these girls.
Did you miss middle school this year?
No. No, I love middle school. Is really fun to coach because that's where you see the girls really develop, and you see from start to finish what they can do. But high school is kind of the sweet spot where we have those relationships, and they're just so intelligent, and we can just do so much more with them.
Yeah. So you got a little bit more family time this year,
Yes.
this year, and
Yes.
now just have to worry about high school and really concentrating on making high school team better.
Yeah, and I've tried to quit twice, honestly, because I had my son almost 2 years ago, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to be a mom, but this one started calling, and he was like, come help me, and, I couldn't tell him no and the girls, so I'm really fortunate to be where I am.
Yeah. Is there a fight at the house between cheerleading and basketball? I know that firsthand to a certain extent.
Well, so my daughter is 6, and I don't push it, but she is playing the MCYB league this winter, so I've just kind of let her decide that she wants to do it. But don't worry, she was at the cheer clinic on Saturday and was practicing her cheers, since then. But it's really cool to see what she has picked up. She did our basketball camp this summer, and just fundamental stuff she was actually pretty good at, but of course I couldn't draw attention to it, so it's going to totally have to be her idea, and I'm good with whatever she does.
Nice. So going into this year, I wrote something down here where there's always been a group of girls that everybody's known, but the one thing that you look at the roster, or at least us looking at the roster, there'll be a lot of people in the stands this year that'll notice, you've had Savannah Parker for 4 years, and then you had Savvy for 4 years or so, and then this year there's not going to be, I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like there's that tall rebounding person in the middle that you've had. Bailey does do a lot, and maybe the height difference is not as much there, but I know Bailey likes to get out and go face to face with somebody. You don't have somebody, it doesn't seem like you're going to have somebody back to the basket. Is that going to change the way that this team plays a little bit going into the season?
I mean, we are definitely undersized. Bailey Warner's 5'11". We're undersized, and then the girls know that, and part of that is that's why it was so important that we spend so much time in the weight room this off season, because they know that they understand. There are advantages to being a small team.
100%.
And being able to switch 1 through 5. And so, like, we will take total advantage of the things that we can do because we have, quick girls that are all pretty strong. But they also understand that means that freshman Reagan Mays may get switched onto a big. And if they're smart and their coach sees it, they're going to try to post her. So it was really important to be strong. And I don't know. Ask me again 15 games in. At this point, I'm not overly concerned because I think I know the kind of fight and toughness that our kids have. I don't. If you see Sophie Fouch fighting with a 6'1" girl for a rebound, I mean, I'm always going to feel pretty confident that Sophie's going to be able to at least poke it out if she's not going to be able to get it. But at the end of the day, it's just it's an added challenge for our girls to just have to be tough and have to be physical and have to really pursue balls. As far as back to the basket play, offensively, we want to be a team that plays with tempo. Yeah. We want to get out and we want to push it down the floor. We've worked just a tremendous amount of time on shooting, outside shooting. We said it as a staff when we came in. We felt like we had the potential to be a team that could shoot the ball well. Mm-hmm. And on paper, we weren't. When I first got the job, Coach Hayes last year, the players we returned didn't shoot the ball well. We didn't shoot the ball well on paper last year. But it was always our confidence never wavered that we could be it. We knew it was going to be a process. We knew the amount of work it was going to take. But I think that we are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And I hope that December 3rd and moving forward, everybody else will see that light too. But they've really shot the ball well. So we want to be the kind of team that gets it out, gets it down the floor, takes a quick shot, and then uses that strength and aggressiveness to go earn extra possessions on boards.
Awesome. Well, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back again with Moco Ladies Basketball.
If you're driving by and see that light, stop on in, get your colors right. It's more than gear, it's your story design. At Incoviv Designs, every thread's a sign. Helping folks see clear behind the wheel. In our hometown, heroes take the field and shine. They're right there cheering every single time. Proud sponsor, heart and soul combined. Montgomery County's got vision on the rise. Got a dent or scratch, no need to despair. Jacob's Auto Body, we're beyond compare. Custom paint so sleek, insurance on our side. 70 years of trust, we're your hometown pride. Jacob's Auto Body will make it like new. 859-274-7425 is the clue. Jacob's Auto Body, run the show.
No, you don't tell those jokes.
Okay, yeah, you can't tell those kind of jokes on here. It's family friendly show. Jeez, Katie Joe, I swear.
That was Jordan. He's always coming in with the dad jokes.
Oh, now dad jokes? Yeah, we do those all the time. Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah. They most of the time. Hey, the funniest part about dad jokes is when they don't hit though. Because
That's
the dad
true.
is still
Yeah.
laughing
We
his
say
tail
he's
off.
funny, yeah.
It's like that was great. No, but well, I thought it was funny. That's all that matters. Anywho, so talking about the shooting right before we went to break, could definitely see that was a hindrance to you guys last year. There were games that you guys were like on fire, and then there were other games. It's like they could be throwing it into a barrel right now, and you know, but that's part of the learning growth, right? You
Yeah.
change different system. You know, your intensity level a little bit different. Your structure is a little bit different. We talked to you several times last year about how, you know, you analyze a lot of stuff. You've brought analytics into this this realm of that, and I don't know if that is just a Jordan Perry thing or if that was something that Coach Mays kind of helped you with. But when you have now, you've got that year behind you, you know. So this year, everything is more along the lines of building on what last year was. Last year it was, this is the first time I've done this. I'm coaching these girls for the first. I know some of those girls you're probably coaching for the first time. I don't, you know, and different things like that. So it's like, now that year is behind you, what did it allow you to be able to do this off season that you were not afforded to be able to do last year? Does that make sense?
Yeah, this offseason, so working for Jason definitely helped me, you know, piqued my analytical interest a little bit more. But I think this offseason, having a year of our film, playing at, you know, the way that we wanted to play, doing things offensively kind of that we felt would make us successful, being able to break that down. Because in the past, you know, breaking down film from the previous year, obviously Coach High's system was a little different. Obviously the team was way different. You know, we graduated a lot of seniors the year before we started. So just having our film to break down, being able to go back and look at individuals, being able to see, you know, I got to break down a lot of Addie Terry film, and what do I think, how can we as a staff help Addie Terry be more successful? How can we as a staff help Bailey Warner be more successful and efficient? You know, what do we need to do as a team? So, and the conclusion, I think, isn't necessarily that we need to or we want to do a ton of things super differently. It's just how can we tweak some of the things that we wanted to do. I think we as a staff still feel confident about what we thought from the get-go could make us successful. Now it's just we have a year under our belt. We know how to teach it a little better. We have actual film to go back and analyze and look at. We have actual numbers to go back and look at. So now it's just how can we tweak it and how can we get it across and how can they do it even better.
So when you're going back and watching that film, how advantageous is it to have that phenomenal commentary from the staff at the From Corner to Corner podcast?
You'd be surprised.
He mutes it.
You know,
What are you talking about?
during basketball season, yes. Like last, you know, when I'm watching film breaking down, I don't have commentary. But Larkin and I, my son and I, when I go to put him to bed every night, that's usually what we do is we'll turn on a random game from last year. We'll watch a quarter or a half, depending on what time it is. And man, it's really enjoyable. I really do enjoy it. I think that you guys, what you've started
Thank
last
heavens
year,
we have Adam.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Otherwise,
hear that,
we'd be
Sean?
a little bit lost.
Your commentary is so great it puts his kid to sleep every night.
It's
Any way I can help the community. We're here for the kids in the community. I mean, so if you've got a kid that's struggling to go to
I
sleep,
love it. Put it on. No, my family from back in Ohio watches. They really like it. I mean, it's really cool. I think it's added a lot to our game day experience for sure.
yeah, we do get people all the time. I mean, that will send us messages saying like, I mean, I really appreciate you doing that because we wouldn't able to watch it. I mean, there's people in Florida that watch all the time.
It totally as just a fan, it totally changes things.
Yeah.
You know, my grandma is probably going to struggle to sit down and watch a full basketball game without commentary. But I think adding that commentary, it totally changes it.
Well, I mean,
fan.
the huddle part without the commentary is kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to watch a basketball game when you can't even hear the fans, right?
Yeah.
But it's like Friday night, we were at the football game, and I had one of my friends whose son goes to East Jessamine, and he sends me a screenshot of the game up on his big screen in the basement, and he goes, "We couldn't be there tonight, but," he said, "at least we get to watch it on the podcast." And he said, "and I heard your voice," and he's like, "You famous?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't say that, just a little."
Listen,
On the way.
No. So what have you all worked on this off season, summer off season, first week of of practice, what have you all really tried to work on going into the season to make yourself better, make your team better?
I would say like just shooting and like get my body right and stuff like that, and just like being like attention to detail, like making everything count.
Got you.
Conditioning.
Yeah,
say, right?
Getting back in game shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that been a task? I mean, it's been like, okay, I didn't know. I mean, because basketball and, watching you before, basketball don't really leave, a player that's, suitable to be on the floor playing big varsity minutes. So that probably came back pretty quick to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just getting in game shape at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it just the love of playing for Coach Perry that brought you back this year?
That, and it was a God thing.
Okay,
good.
Yeah.
God always has his ways. You just gotta listen to him, right?
Yeah, he has something up his sleeve.
You can tell. Not to get off on that too much, but you can tell that that's something that's pretty big. Not only in a lot of schools, but in our school, just because of the Field and Faith thing that we streamed. And I mean, I was shocked. I was like, wow, the FCA and the athletes that are in FCA and on your team and on other teams, it was kind of like, this is pretty impressive.
They had it counted over 2,000 people there, and I think we had over 5,000 views on our page that night.
Which just makes character on kids that much better. Would you agree, Katie Jo?
Oh, absolutely. And I think like what we're going to work on is like once or twice a month having an FCA member come in and speak to the girls and just kind of work on like skills outside of basketball just to help them be successful. The ball stops dribbling eventually. And so we want to give them tools and, people to lean on and, to know that God is always with them, and just kind of, we are very like adamant about our faith, and we want that to show that to the girls too.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So I always I ask this, and I know you're only, a couple weeks into practice, but who have you seen really kind of step their game up so far in practice, Addie? And I know you've got a long ways to go.
I would say like all of us have. Like I think we've all just came as a team together, and we've all just worked so hard that we've all just improved so much. Like I'm just proud of them all. I couldn't pick one person.
Well, and just like that's a true leader, and like Addie is a great leader for our program. I mean, for someone that's only been here now 2 years, she is someone all the girls look up to. And like just by that response, like you can see she's very team first, and she's a really cool kid.
Gotcha.
Was you? Have you been impressed with anyone? I mean, because you're kind of coming from the outside looking in, right? You're back into this, and you're like, oh wow, this kid's got some talent.
I second to what Addie said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know, the coaches last week were talking about how much their middle school kids have looked up to, the high schoolers and stuff. And, because we was talking about
as much as anything,
Sophie, about, her.
Yeah, exactly.
Her
the scrappiness.
And scrappiness and stuff. And they're like, I mean, a lot of the kids really kind of look at Sophie and
it seems like it was
that.
infectious into the middle school group.
Yeah, we're fortunate to coach a group of upperclassmen, and even you're starting to even see it bleed down into like our freshman class that they're really high character kids and they're phenomenal leaders. Like she just touched on Addie. I mean, Addie, I could talk for 30 minutes about the type of leader that Addie is. We've had Addie for 2 years now, and I've probably can count on one hand the amount of times that I've heard Addison Terry complain. I mean, she doesn't do it. She doesn't complain. She just leads. She works hard. She has a quiet confidence about herself, and she's just about her business all the time. She picks others up. It's infectious, like you're saying. I mean, Bailey Warner and Sophie Fouch, they lead. They show up every day. They work hard. If they're sick, they still show up. If they're hurting, they still show up. And like I said, it's bled down into our freshman class. Reagan Mays has to be a freshman, she has leadership tools that are, I mean, they're massive. And I don't think all kids, ever get to see the type of character that these kids have, the type of leadership that they have. You can coach and encourage all day, but at the end of the day, the ultimate stakeholders in our program are the players, and nothing that I say or nothing that Katie Jo says will ever carry the type of weight that our younger kids see from our upperclassmen. And I really think that we're just blessed to have the type of kids that we have.
And a lot of that is not even talking. It's the actions, right? It's 100%. Seeing them showing up on days that they don't feel good, or seeing them grind it out in the weight room or whatever it is. It's a lot of times the unspokens are the loudest things that can be said.
Yeah. We have a quote that I like to use a lot, and they make fun of me, but we say how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's Addie Terry she just represents that quote. Our kids represent that quote. Yeah. They attack everything with positivity, and they're teenagers. And if you've gotten to work with teenagers, it's hard. The natural thing to do is sometimes delve in self-pity a little bit, and it's hard. People make fun of teenagers because life's so hard. I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to lift today. And they fight that because I'm sure they feel it. I know they feel it.
That don't stop anytime soon.
Correct, right.
I say that all the time still.
But we just have kids that fight it, and they do their best, and they're not, they may have a day, but they bounce back, and they pick each other up, and they never all have the day at the same time. You're never going to come into our practice and see 4 or 5 kids having a bad day. It's okay that one of them may have a bad day one day, but they're going to have 4 or 5 other kids to pick them up. And like I said, we're fortunate. I don't know. I would hate to be doing it and not have what we have right now, because it would make our job much harder.
So you've got varsity. You've had varsity JV. Did you have freshmen last year?
We did.
Okay, because when we were talking to Kaiser and
Brown,
and Coach Brown, they were talking about they'll be doing the freshman group, and for some odd reason, I guess we just didn't show up for the freshman groups. I didn't know if there was enough for a freshman group last year, but how big is it? Now I know there's a lot of schools that struggle to get at least varsity. A lot of them have JV, but further than that, it's big to have those 3 games on a day. Have that freshman game to where they're getting time on the high school court in a setting that's even bigger than middle school at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anytime you can get more kids, more reps, it's massive. And in Kentucky, it's unique because middle school players can come up, 7th and 8th graders can come up, and they can play freshmen and JV, and it's just extra reps. I think it gets them around our kids. It gets them in the locker room with our kids, and it lets them see, kind of what the standard is for our program. And I think that's big. But then the rest, our freshman team, we won't play all of our freshmen on our freshman team. Obviously, Reagan Mays is not going to play on the freshman team because she's playing some of our minutes. Our best to make, we want to maximize the exposure that those kids on the freshman team get. And it's kind of unique and it's kind of cool. Sometimes, there may be a player that in the 7th grade was probably 7th or 8th man in the rotation. But on the freshman team, they may be 5th in the rotation. And that seems a little odd and a little backwards, but not all of the 7th graders are going to come play high school basketball.
Right.
And then, like I said, not all freshmen are going to play on the freshman team. Not all 8th graders are going to play on the freshman team. I mean, we have a little point guard, Mallory Henry, who is going to be a heck of a point guard.
We heard that name a few times last week, didn't we?
She's very smart. One of the smartest kids in our program, and she's only an 8th grader. She understands the game really well. She won't play on our freshman team because it's not that it wouldn't help her and benefit her, but she's going to be on the varsity roster. She's going to play a ton of minutes in JV, and it's a matter of she just got through a full 8th grade season. She's going to play a ton of JV minutes. Let's allow some of these other kids to soak up those freshman minutes and get some time and exposure and see, because you develop at practice. That's where the bulk of your development happens, but you need some game reps too to see.
And the game reps for the people that don't always get the game reps are really more important than it. in the freshmen, and not saying that they don't want to win the games, but the records with the freshmen and the JV is not as. It's more along the lines of development.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of
and it makes sense. Like if they're getting minutes somewhere else, you don't want to take those minutes away just because they're a freshman.
Yeah, freshmen and JV are there. You want to win. You want to start to teach the habits that you have at the varsity level. But at the end of the day, you're trying to develop the kids.
Are you just assistant coaching, or are you coaching JV?
No, I just get to deal with him.
You just get to deal with him
all the time. Yeah.
Will you ever have to pull on his jacket like you did Dustin?
Okay. And if I do, I will. If it happens, he's pretty level-headed. So.
I was gonna say Dustin would get going sometimes, and you're like, he's gotten to here, and he's just not going to come down. And Joe's going.
Yeah, and the best was there was also like 5 other men sitting there, and I was like, "Are one of you going to stop him?" Like, I don't want to get a technical. I think it was like region tournament. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try. Wasn't successful, but,
That's funny. All right, let's take our last commercial break. We'll be back in just a minute.
If you're driving by and see.
When you can't fit the car in the garage anymore, or the guest bedroom is overrun with junk, it's time for a Rumpke open-top dumpster. Rumpke offers open-top dumpsters in a variety of sizes and are often delivered the next day. You fill the container with unwanted material on your schedule, and Rumpke takes care of the rest. Don't wait to reclaim your space. Contact the Waste and Recycling experts at Rumpke today. Rumpke, Waste and Recycling, done right.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled. His part of the big lunch meeting and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
Spring is here. Are you sure your roof is ready for the rain? Winter weather can leave behind hidden damage like loose shingles, cracked flashing, and clogged gutters, all of which can lead to costly leaks. At CRC Roofing and Renovations, we provide expert spring roof maintenance, leak prevention, and repairs to keep your home safe and dry. Don't wait until water damage ruins your home. Call CRC Roofing and Renovations today at 859-327-3913 or visit our website to schedule your free spring roof inspection. Protect your home with Central Kentucky's trusted roofing experts.
Special thanks to Brent Wehunt, proud sponsor of our Menifee Athlete of the Month and scholarship programs.
I still can't believe she's gone. I don't know how we're going to plan all of this.
I know. I felt the same way when your granddad passed. The Kaufman Funeral Home really helped us get through it.
Were they compassionate?
More than that, they took care of us. They made us feel like family. They handled the entire situation from beginning to end.
At Kaufman Funeral Home and Crematorium in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, we're honored to walk beside your family with dignity and compassion every step of the way.
That's exactly what we need right now.
Kaufman Funeral Home, where we believe every life is a beautiful story that deserves to be honored with love, dignity, and heartfelt celebration.
All right, we are back. Now, Daron, did I see we've gained some followers?
4984.
84. Okay, so we've
Did
gained
we pick up 7 followers during the show.
All right. We're doing work. We've got about 15 minutes left to get 16 more likes. Let's push it, people. He wants to give away a sweatshirt.
I'll put it back in the box.
Yeah.
So, schedule-wise, what are we looking at this year? I mean, is there anything different on the schedule compared to last year? Is there some things that are new? What are we looking at?
A big goal of mine coming into the season was we wanted to pick up as many 10th region games as we could.
Okay.
I think it's wise to try and play the opponents that you may see in the region tournament.
Agreed.
And we went into the region tournament last year and played Bishop Brossart and hadn't seen them. And you can watch all the film that you want to watch, but there's nothing like seeing them yourself and then analyzing that film from your game. So that was a big goal of mine, was to just pick up as many 10th region teams as I could. And so we were able to do that. We play, I don't even know the number, but it's a large number. We play probably 10 teams from the 10th region.
You play Campbell, of course, Bourbon, Nicholas County.
Picked up Brossart and Scott
High, yeah. Pendleton, Bracken, Mason.
Holy crap.
We tried to get them all. We tried to get everybody that we could. So,
Well, and ask him how many are home.
Oh, well,
Haven't figured
we've
that
already
part out
noticed
yet.
that. We noticed it come out before the boys, and we were like, are we going to be doing very many games this year? There's only like 13 home games, and that was us including the gateway.
Yeah, we currently are 13 and 17, which is, I think last year we were 12 and 18 or 13 and 17. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah.
So, I got that's one part I got to figure
But
out.
here's
I got
the
to figure
thing.
out how to bring them home.
Like, one thing I've learned, because I mean this is all still fairly new to me since we started doing the coaches show. In order for you to get people on the schedule, it's like you almost always have to submit to that road game first. Right?
And that was a big part of it going in of we dropped a few teams and tried to pick up some of those region teams, and it was a matter of saying, hey, let's pick up a game. We'll come to you first if we need to.
Yeah.
And that's probably how it got back to that. And they'll return it next year. So hopefully, hopefully next year you're calling 17 home games and we're only traveling 13
And they're probably
times.
thinking the same thing too. It's like, they want to play region teams too. I mean, I know that there's, some, you like having some difference on it, but like you got, I think Menifee's coming here this year. You all went there last year, so that'll be a fun game, and it helps us kill two birds with one stone.
Right.
I don't know if Bath County is.
We go
Bath
to
County's
Bath,
here, very first game of the season.
Oh, okay.
They came to us last year, right after Christmas, I think.
Oh, they're going to Bath County.
To Bath County, first game of the
Okay,
season.
nice.
And then before that, you all will play in the Panorama, Rise Up Panorama that they will have here.
Yep.
Last game of the second to last game of the night.
Last girls' game of the night. We play right before the boys have a scrimmage.
Right.
We play, I believe,
You play LCA.
Tanya has us with Lexington Christian Academy.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So they have a good team. That'll be a good matchup for us. Scrimmage number 1, we're actually going to go to my alma mater, Manchester, Ohio, little small town, southern Ohio, right across from Mason County.
Nice.
One of my friends from high school is coaching the girls there, and he wanted to make it happen. So we're going to travel there and play I think we're going to do 3 quarters of varsity, 2 quarters of JV. So that'll be a fun one.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be real fun. We're going to be calling the Panorama.
That's a fun day.
That's
it's a
gonna be
cool day.
a long day.
It is.
It's a long day, but Tanya's done, there's a lot of quality basketball teams. I mean, a lot of the teams that were in the Sweet 16 last year will be there between here and the one she has in Western Kentucky. So a lot of good basketball. So don't, that on the 22nd?
22nd, yep. That's, like you said, it's all day. It's really good teams. I mean, it's a really cool event. I think, Tanya, it's got to be one of the premier scrimmage events in the state, just with the talent that she brings in, and it's always ran well. So,
we were excited to be able to partner with her to do that this year. And the good part about it is, it's going to be streamed, so these people will be able to watch these games.
Yep.
Just like Darren and I get to learn all about the Elam rule that
that's
day
always fun too.
and how that's all going to work and stuff. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's always fun. Are you guys going to call the Gateway Holiday Classic again?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a good event. Our field is pretty strong. That was another goal, was to try to strengthen that field the best that we could. So we've got Campbell County coming in. We've got Covington Holy Cross, who's going to be a top 25 team. Knox Central, who had a really good team last year.
I think we're going to see them that day for the Panorama too.
Right. Yeah, brings back one of the better scorers in the state, and Shelby Mills. Trying to think who else we've got there. Campbell, Southwestern. Rockcastle County, who was a 25-win team, lost in the region final, and brings back everyone. So, man, it's a good girls' field.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
we haven't exactly figured out how that's all going to work with the Gateway yet, because, I mean, that's
tough.
in 3 different arenas, you know, and where at least Friday night, I know they play games in McNabb, too. So
Actually, he's doing a little Luker is going to do it a little bit differently. He didn't schedule it Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
He scheduled it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You may look at the dates on that, 20th,
Shoot
21st,
Luker.
22nd.
Make a note.
And it
Shoot
was
Luker.
I think it was to try and avoid having to use McNabb, because a lot of schools are still in session Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh,
his
that's right.
thought.
So it's Christmas break.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he thought, Saturday, Sunday, Monday might be a little cleaner with schools not having to go to school.
So it won't have to be at McNabb.
Correct.
Okay. So, I mean, we'll probably be calling the games in the arena because that's the best setup for us to do that. But
Sean's struggling to get out of calling in the board.
So, Addie, senior season. You've already had senior season of golf.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to this year, being that this will be the last go around for high school anyways?
Just hanging out with my friends and my teammates, just making the best of it. You only get it for 4 years, and I don't want to take it for granted my last year, so trying to make the best experience I can make it.
Now, are you looking to play golf or soccer or basketball?
I'm looking to play basketball when I go off to college. That's what I want to do.
Gotcha.
Which I have an offer from U-Pike, and I'm talking to Asbury and Transy right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Has that been a process that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, moving to Montgomery County, Coach Perry has helped me a lot, and Katie Jo has helped me a lot. Getting more out there, having college coaches not being able to notice me and stuff.
Gotcha. So, Elaine, what are you looking forward to this year? I mean, I know you're just right back into it, but are you just are you just ready to get back on the floor?
Yeah.
In a game setting and just look, let's just play.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Does it feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Currently?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, what can we look forward to from this group?
I mean, I think you have a group that's going to play hard.
Yeah.
They're going to play with some grit, and offensively, I think we're going to try to play fast. We're going to shoot. We're going to shoot the ball. We didn't put in all this work in the off season to not let it fly. And like I said, what we see in practice, the numbers, we have drills where we track them shooting, and we have a drill that we do called green light shooting, and it kind of shows you. We track their score every time we do it, and we have an average. And it kind of shows you, as far as our expectations as a staff goes, are you a green light shooter? Are you a yellow light shooter? Or are you a red light shooter? If you're a red light shooter, you probably shouldn't be. If you get one wide open, maybe you can shoot it. If you miss it, that's probably we all call it a day there. Our scores last year compared to our scores this summer and into the first week of practice, totally different. We had last year, Addie was the only kid that was a green light shooter pretty much at any time. Reagan was teetering it. This year, I mean, I think right now we've got 5 kids who have averaged green light or at least right on the line of yellow and green. And last year we had a couple yellows. Like I said, Addie was typically up around that green area. So, like I said, I think that I'm very confident in their ability to shoot the ball. So we're going to play fast. We're going to get out. We're going to play in space, and then we're going to trust our kids to make plays. We have good players. We're blessed to coach good players. So we don't want to put restraints on our players. We want to let them go and make plays because that's what they're capable of doing. Defensively, we're undersized, so we've got to be physical. We're going to get after people. We're going to try to generate easy offense via the turnover, and that's part of playing with tempo. So, I mean, I would hope that it's a fun brand of basketball to watch. Our goal is, as coaches, is to make it a fun brand of basketball to play. We ask them to work really hard. We ask them to come in and lift all year. We ask them to do a lot of conditioning. So we want them to have a good time. We want it to be fun for them. So we believe that our brand of basketball will be a fun brand to not only watch but to play to.
Defensively, one thing that stuck in my head from one of the last couple times we talked to you, maybe the first time we talked to you, was you've always said, we're going to defensively, we're going to see what they do well, and we're going to do as much as possible to take that away from them. So, Katie Jo, do you think this group can, between your all's analysis, you think that's something that, is very much achievable with this group?
Oh, absolutely. Like we do the green light shooting for them. We're going to kind of do that for the other teams too, to kind of see of how we're guarding people, just being very intentional with matchups and, games that we're playing, and with how intelligent these girls are. That's absolutely something that I think we'll be really good at.
It was something that always stuck. I don't know why, but it was just like, that's the simple and smart way to just go into a game. I mean, it's not hard. You know what they do well. Let's take that away from them. Let's not just go out there and, play man-to-man. Let's not just play zone. Let's not play our defense. Let's do what we need to do. We've worked on a couple of different defenses. We know this stops this. We know this stops this. So be ready to play all of that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the philosophy that we take in. We have a few different defenses. We're going to put in a lot of time in our game prep and our staff. That's what I'm really excited about this year, is our staff's had a year under their belt. I know as an assistant, when I was on staff with Coach Mays, his game prep is, it's a lot different. It was a total new animal for me. So I only got to be on staff for 1 year. I feel like if I had a second year, it would have been totally different going into year one, not understanding kind of what his expectation was, how he wanted to scout. The first 5 or 6 games I scouted I was learning. I had never done it. So now I'm excited because our staff has some continuity. We've got 3 of our staff members back. I think the game prep from a game prep standpoint, we will be much better because they're just going to be more comfortable. Like I said, I never got that with Coach Mays, and I'm excited to have assistants that have gotten the opportunity to live it for a full season and now come in this year. But we're going to look at what teams do, and we're going to try to make them beat us in a different way. Essentially, if they run great sets, we're going to get up in passing lanes, and we're not going to let them enter the ball where they want to enter it, and we're not going to let them run their sets, and we're going to make them beat us without running a set. If it's a team that wants to just get downhill and drive us, well, we're going to try to do what we need to do to combat them getting downhill, and we're going to make them beat us from outside. Yeah. I think it's just, like you said, it seems pretty simple, really. Right. What do you do well? Well, beat us doing something else.
Right. Exactly. I do have one more thing. If Daron will, I know that you all, along with the boys, have been pushing to get reserve seats sold, which is season tickets. And this is where they're at right now. Now, is the light color full? Is the dark colors the ones that are full? You're not really sure. Yeah, I actually think the dark colors are full because usually that front row is full across from the benches, and then you've got a lot of them that are in behind the home side, which is on the left side of your screen. Yes, the left side of your screen. So, we want, after the season the boys had last year, the season that this girls group is going to have this year, you want as many people there as possible. So absolutely. Something that I know that both programs is really pushing. Mm-hmm. I think they're $100 a seat.
$100 a seat. Red chair back. Best seats in the house.
They're the best seats in the house.
Yeah, the boys. Tanya Witt is kind of heading this reserve seating up. It's very organized. Like I said, she's got that. If you reach out to Tanya Witt, or if you reach out to one of us, Coach Mays or myself, we can kind of get that going for you. But we're excited. We want to pack the house. Our attendance was pretty good last year, and anytime these kids work really hard.
Yep, right.
You're gonna enjoy coming to watch them play. They're good kids. You're gonna enjoy just supporting them. So
we both. Girls and boys both. 100%. It was fun to watch last year.
We know we'll have it on Huddle. We'll have it on Facebook. We'll have it on YouTube. And we'll see from there. But you all want people there, and we want people there because it just makes everything better. It makes everybody better. You like when people are in the stands. It just gives a little bit more. It just gives a better atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you want people there to say, "It's my senior season. Come watch me play." Right?
Yeah.
I think people get to experience that region final game. Obviously, it was the mecca, but I mean, it was just phenomenal. It was peak high school basketball, and obviously that was a special game. It's not.
There's really no way possible that environment through the district and through the regional tournament last year will not breed people coming in the door early this season just to see what everything's all about. I mean, I would be absolutely stunned if there's like 300 people at the first game. You know, I mean, there should be 2,000 people or more at the first game, I would think. I mean, we're going to hype it up.
Double headers this year?
We have a lot. Obviously, all of our district games, all of our home district games are double headers.
Okay.
We play, there were a few scheduling conflicts where Coach Mays and I scheduled a game on the same night. So instead of trying to move those games, we just made them double headers because we enjoy double headers. I think, I know it's a little easier for you guys, but I think the fans enjoy them as well.
So there may even be, you all play one team double.
Yes, I know one night our Menifee County game at home is a double header.
Nice.
And I think we have, there might be one or two more.
I really like them. I don't know but I mean, at least it's like get there and stay for both games.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're both varsity games, there's a lot of excitement in the arena.
Yeah, and that means come to both games. Don't just skip the girls' game and come to the boys' game, because I'll be honest with you, there were times last year the girls' games were a lot better than the boys' games. So, I mean, it's there. I mean, the product is there. So come support it. I do have a fun question to ask.
Hang on, before you say that, we need a disclaimer that Coach Mays, that the words and opinions expressed by Sean Kiper are his, not the rest of us.
I think Coach Mays would tell you there were games last year that the girls' game was as exciting as the boys'.
He's got a little bit of an interest on the girls' team. He's probably like, yeah, they were a whole lot better than my team today.
Yeah. So, I'll ask you first, what shoe you rolling with this year?
I forgot the name.
Team shoes.
Yeah,
we're
doing
going team shoes.
Yeah, we're going team shoes.
Oh,
what are they called?
So no pinks and greens. You're just saying, okay, everybody's going to
Wait,
look uniform.
They're the.
In a way.
What are they? Asias.
Asias. Yeah.
They're.
This is the first time ever.
You just took away a
You might just
question.
run Elaine. Elaine's going to be like, well, I can't play now. I can't wear my own shoes.
I was waiting for Elaine. I was going to ask her if she dusted off an old pair or got a new pair. Well, guess she got a new pair.
She got a new pair.
So are the team shoes okay? Are they like,
He ain't gave us no gear yet, so.
We're trying to hold off till it all comes out. We're trying to get one big, one fell swoop.
Okay.
The team shoes thing is funny because for years nobody wanted them, and they weren't the cool thing.
Yeah.
But I just think kids are so funny because last year when I came on, I wasn't set on it. I prefer team shoes. I like them better, but I wasn't set on it. But it was like when I talked to the girls, they wanted team shoes. Oh. So I think that the not having team shoes maybe for a couple of years ran its course, and now I think we're going to have a few years with team shoes.
The first coach
that
we've had on here with team shoes.
It doesn't matter what sport.
I don't. Like I said, I prefer it, but I also know that I got to pick my battles.
I think it's cool.
So
I do.
I love it. I love that we do it. I think it looks better. I think it just takes. It just is easier. Right? So I got to stress about it.
Is it just
Elaine doesn't have to answer that question?
Do we have multiple color pairs that we can?
All same color. All gray, Asias. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So much for that segment. All right, let's.
Sean.
Yes, sir.
You might want to look at the screen.
$49.95.
You guys go like it.
Today for $49.95 only, you can get a front
I
quarter.
will sell them hoodies for $49.95 all day long.
Right. All right. So we still have a few more minutes.
I do have one question.
We need 5 more.
Shoot,
Addie.
What?
How much are we going to raise your shooting percentage on the wall end? We talked all last year about your shooting percentage, first half, second half.
Oh, on that one side?
Perception.
I've been shooting like on the other side, so that's where I do green light. That's where I do green light at. So,
do you get them shooting just in the arena, or do y'all go over to the barn and shoot a lot?
Yeah, we'll shoot in the barn as well.
There's a lot of away games that you'll be like, this isn't like the arena. This is more like the barn. It's important to shoot in places like that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll even if our gym schedule right now is crazy between just all the sports that need gyms. So like, if they want to get extra shots up, sometimes they even go up to the blue gym and do some shooting in the blue gym. So we'll shoot anywhere there's a basket.
Like it.
Where's the blue gym?
Well, the blue gym is beside the cafeteria. The blue gym's been there. The blue gym was there. The blue gym was there when I was there. The blue gym was there. The blue gym's been there for a long time.
I didn't realize that school actually had 3 gyms in it.
You won't be calling any games in blue gym.
No,
Well,
no.
Yeah.
But am I right? They did finally put AC in the blue gym. Right?
Yeah, no, you are not correct on that. I teach PE in there, so August
I thought somebody said that's what the
it
new...
is. It is on the. I think,
or it's part of the new
Yes,
geothermal.
I think it is part of the new renovations that are supposed to be
it's not in
coming.
there yet, but that's part of what they're working on.
My current PE students, they get torn up when they hear that, and they're like, "Oh, is it going to be done?" I'm like, "You're going to be long gone from PE when it's done, but it is coming."
That's funny.
$49.96.
$49.96. 4 more to go. All right, so
hang on, I ain't up. Mine don't say
last
that.
week we did a flashback and we celebrated our soccer athletes, and this week we had participation from all 4 schools again, so we are able to get back on track.
Yep.
And do our nominee post. So our Simply Secured Athlete of the Week nominees this week from Montgomery County on the football field, Mr. Landon Wilson had 13 carries, 158 yards, and a touchdown. We actually talked about on the air about one thing we noticed, that Landon had gotten rid of the skull cap. And we think that he picked up about 20 miles per hour in speed because he ran
the Guardian
like he had not ran all year long. So it was awesome. Landon had a great game. Jamie Caba had a great game too. So it was hard to make a decision for Montgomery County this week. But Landon hadn't been one before, so he was the tie break. Clark County Volleyball, Anna Cooper, in the 2 district games had 55 assists and 16 digs. Between the 2 games, so excellent for that. And then from from Menifee County, we just went with all 3 of the runners that qualified for state for them: Ella Doyle, Braden Lawson, and Carson Holler. Great job on all of them. And then from Bath County, also cross country, Chase Martin, who finished 4th at regionals. So awesome job there as well. We did not have a Mays Law Office People's Champ because we didn't have nominees last week, and we don't have a Simply Secured Athlete of the Week from last week. So those will be back next week. But Rumpke's Dog of the Week was Hayden Staten from Montgomery County.
We did have an Athlete of the Week.
Huh?
You got an Athlete of the Week.
That was last week's. I forgot to mark it off. If you don't realize, there's always an error on here, you're supposed to find it, and you just found it. So congratulations. But anyways, Hayden had 2 critical sacks on the defensive side of the ball that ended runs for both for East Jessamine on a couple of different plays. And then, of course, are you ready for the video? On EJ's Appliances Cool Play of the Week from Montgomery County is this.
Scoop it up. Trips to the right. Gun back to pass. Looks at Cable. Double moves wide open. Cable with the catch, and I don't know if they're going to catch him. They are not. Jamin Cable high steps into the end zone, and the.
I couldn't figure out how to get the closed captioning off my phone. I tried.
It was pretty
for 20 minutes.
So, Sean, I did notice. You shouldn't feel bad because we've already had one cool play of the week we missed because you didn't whip around. The huddle camera couldn't keep up with him either.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he outran the huddle.
It was pretty nice to have a lot of touchdowns in a game.
Yeah.
And it would be a complete blowout instead of a close game that we tend to always do.
And you know, the crazy part about that football game is, like, as like, I mean, East Jessamine came out on that first drive and just went straight down and scored. And I looked over at Daron and I'm like, I'm not real sure this was supposed to happen.
Well, and then they marched all the way down to inside the red zone again.
Yeah.
And when they fumbled.
Yeah.
And from that fumble, Montgomery said, "We've had enough."
Yeah.
And just took over.
And
the game.
they weren't really able to run the ball as much as they were first half. So.
Really good confidence builder going into the Greenup County game.
Yeah.
And then playoff game versus South Laurel.
Yep, absolutely.
We'll give a little bit more information about that one.
Now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, which one?
Well, I was going to say football. I mean, we're going to be doing the Greenup County game.
Yep. Which is also senior night.
We will need to. It is senior night. You're right about that. But just to put a little bit of a bug out there, it's going to cost us a little money to do the South Laurel game.
Yep.
So if anybody out there has a business interested in being the sponsor for that game, it's not a lot. I mean, we're talking what?
$250.
Okay, $250. Get in touch with us.
And if you want to add a couple of $250 more on it, for our time, I mean, you're more than welcome to do that.
Then we'll just advertise you all the time.
So if you're interested in doing that, I mean, we have to pay for it. We can't do it for free.
Right. Yep.
Because the fine would be much more than $250. So, and there is a fine. So we legit cannot do it. So if you're interested in doing that, just touch base with us, letting us know if you want to do that. So speaking of Friday
I
night,
bet Chris will send us a letter.
Yeah, yes, I will.
Actually, he will call me first.
They have us on speed
dial.
Yeah. Friday, we will be at the football game, Greenup County. It is senior night, so they'll do the senior walkthrough before the game.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have that on the live stream as well. And then, if I'm correct in this, they're going to do cross country seniors at halftime. I read that in the.
Are they doing golf seniors that night too? Okay, I know they did that last year. Just
Gotcha.
wonder.
What about cheerleaders? We had that question. Is that basketball?
Basketball
Okay.
season.
All right, so we'll do that later. Then, of course, volleyball is going to be in the regional tournament this week. Menifee has no games on the schedule. GRC is on a football bye. Volleyball is in the regions. And then Bath County hosts Nicholas County in football.
And let me tell you, if you went to the game last year, I think this team is looking forward to this game, because last year it was at Nicholas County, and it was punch for punch, back and forth, and there was a few people that ended up with some injuries, and I think they're looking forward to this game. It's going to be a pretty competitive game, I think.
Good deal. Speaking of Bath County, next week we're going to have Bath County ladies basketball coach Melanie Rogers on. And I'm sure she'll bring a few players with her as well. So looking forward to talking basketball for her. She took over mid-season last year, so this will be her first full season on the sidelines, and we'll ask her how much she's looking forward to, beating Montgomery County. Did we break it?
Hang on just a second.
He's clicking buttons and trying to push things around as fast as possible.
I have a complaint to make.
What's that? You have a complaint?
I do. Why did he wait so long to come up with this idea? We've been doing this for 2 months.
We have garnered. I don't want to give away the exact number. We have
There
garnered
it is.
quite a few.
Woo! We hit it. Congrats. Thanks.
We were and we were trying to get that before the end of December, and for you all to help us hit that this early, thank you.
Did you draw those numbers with a crayon? Because that's what it looks like. So, awesome. All right. So,
and hang on. We got a winner.
Do you know who?
He's already got the winner.
Okay.
I'm looking at the notifications. That's what I'm going by.
Okay.
You know who the winner is? It's not going to be an invite. It's not going to be a referral. Elaine was number 5,000.
She's over there. She's like, I'm not going to talk very much, but I'll just invite everybody for a possible.
She's going to leave with a hoodie.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Actually, she's not going to leave with a hoodie because it's not done yet, but it's right back there.
That's fantastic. So thank you.
Also, Jordan gets the hoodie.
No.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Well.
Oh, wait a minute. Krista Satan said it's senior night at Bath County.
Senior night, Friday night, Bath County.
Right. Yep.
Awesome. Go out and support them.
Yes. That'll be a big crowd.
I promise it's unfortunately a horrible night for a football game to be on because Adam's got kids, so he's not going to be around. Your mom's birthday, you're not going to be around. So Daron and I cannot be in two locations at the same time, unfortunately. So,
but the Bath County football seniors will be sporting some nice looking T-shirts. Yeah. They just picked them up last week.
Nice,
awesome. Well, thank you all for coming on.
Thank you for coming.
We'll talk to you, I'm sure. We've got some new things in the works for this season, so we're going to try to spice up the games a little bit. So that'll be fun. And
it's a new one on me.
Looking forward
I'm about
to that part of it.
Know what that's coming.
Elaine, glad to have you back. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep, and I'm sure that we'll have you guys back on at some point. If not through the season, at least after the season. So.
Yep. Thank you guys. Appreciate you all.
Awesome. You got anything else?
You ain't talking
yet. He's just waiting for you to talk.
What about you?
No.
All right.
I didn't say EJ stuff. Hey,
you didn't?
EJ's Appliance Repair. 859-251-3571. Call EJ for all your appliance repair needs.
All right, guys. Thank you all for your support. Thanks for helping us get to 5,000.
5K.
Now we're going to the drive for 10.
That's right. We expect it by end of December.
Right. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you Friday night from Cunningham Field.
Roll Trout.
Sean.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Go Defenders.
Yeah, there you go. I'm good with that, too.
The From Corner to Corner podcast wants to send a huge thank you to all our amazing sponsors who help keep this show rolling each week. Your support lets us keep covering local sports, sharing stories, and building community together. We truly couldn't do it without you. Thank you for believing in us, and let's keep making an impact together.
The Moco Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.